Hey guys, welcome back. Minecraft Dungeons is finally out. Well, actually it came out yesterday, but it wasn't until today that I was able to play it, and I thought to make a video talking about my first impressions. So if you enjoyed this video, a rating would be much appreciated, and let me know if you want me to make more content on Dungeons because I definitely plan to keep playing it. Might get a few of my friends to tag along as well. I'm gonna start calling it Dungeons, by the way, just for the sake of convenience. For those of you who haven't been keeping up on Minecraft, Dungeons is a dungeon crawler Diablo type hack and slash spin-off of Minecraft. It's sort of, you know, just your standard beat 'em up type game. I was really looking forward to it because I always loved hack and slasher games. In fact, two of my favorite games of all time are Castle Crashers and Nier Automata. I love going back to them every now and then out of nostalgia, just great games. Naturally, I like Minecraft. Big part of my middle and high school, just like many of us I'm sure, so I had high expectations going into this. I was able to play Dungeons for about an hour, and while that's nowhere near enough to give it a full-on review, like GameSpot or IGN review, even though they don't even finish the entire game before making a review on it, the first hour of a game is just like the hook for a good essay or book or something like that. It should be more than enough for you to decide if a game is worth continuing or if you want to just put it down. I really love how edgy they make the lore sound, like this little illager guy who honestly looks like a 12-year-old brat who's salty that his parents made him eat vegetables or something. We all know Minecraft to be very lighthearted and pretty relaxing, but it's a great hook to get you started. It sets the tone for the rest of the game. At the start, it establishes that there's obviously some bad blood going about with the villagers, and it draws a little bit on the Vindicators and Evokers origins from the original Minecraft. There are different types of Minecraft players. You know, we have those who love building, people who prefer PvP, and people who spend all their time mining, so on and so forth. I'm not too good of a builder, so I love more of the mining and exploration aspect of Minecraft, trying to build up as many resources as I can possibly get, so Dungeons is a lot more my style, but I can understand why it's not really for every Minecraft player because some people are more focused on the building and creative aspect. But right away, the game feels really intuitive. You're allowed to play with an Xbox controller, which is how I recommend you play games like these, since action role-playing games, especially 3D ones, require more precise positioning, and the joystick is better overall at that than your standard WASD. I love how they were able to maintain the Minecraft aesthetic of Dungeons, yet still make it feel so fluid. The sounds of skeletons, zombies, and villagers are all still there. It's like you're playing the original game. And the rest of the atmosphere looks like you're playing Minecraft with shaders or something. Performance-wise, the game feels smooth too, although I think it does take a lot out on your computer. That's kind of what to expect though, since it was made from Unreal Engine 4. If you see a game made with that engine, then you can almost guarantee it'll be a little hard on the specs. Graphics aside, let's talk about the gameplay. It's pretty bare bones, just like how you would expect a Minecraft type game to be. Combat is also pretty plain. You got your standard melee attacks that can change depending on if you're using a sword, axe, and the like. You got your range attack on your bows and other projectiles, and you can even roll in the game, which I always wanted to have on regular Minecraft. Having the ability to quickly dodge or strafe is something you definitely need in ARPGs, since repositioning quickly is vital for survival when you're being overwhelmed by enemies. There's a pretty high cooldown on it, and I'm not entirely sure if there's a way you can mitigate that and be able to roll more frequently, but I think it's appropriate given the intensity of the game's difficulty. I have a feeling a lot of players might eventually get bored by the monotony of combat since there are no special skills or combos you can use like in other games such as Nier Automata or, you know, Castle Crashers to like a minor extent. But remember, this is Minecraft we're talking about here. In the original game, all you do is just mash the left click to fight, yet there's so much fun you can have. The usage of items in this game is fantastic too. Since your basic attack has relatively short range, it puts a higher focus on using your ranged attacks and your limited combat items such as the fishing rod to draw enemies closer, or firecracker and TNT. I'm sure there's a bunch of others that I haven't discovered yet, but just right away I can already tell that it's going to definitely put a heavy emphasis on how well you can manage your resources. It makes you strategize with how much you want to use those limited resources because there would often be waves of enemies that are so big that the risk of going in melee is too high or it's not worth taking that much damage. So sometimes you might have to sit back and pick off targets with your bows and ranged weaponry before you start going in and picking the rest off. I also love the enchantment feature. It's a way to separate items from each other. Some swords might have a specific set of enchantments that you can only get on those specific swords, so it isn't like you can just pick any weapon and enchant it with whatever you want like regular Minecraft. It kind of reminds me of almost like Terraria where like some of the weapons you pick up could have bonuses to certain stats and like maybe detriments to others. With Minecraft, the enchantments you get can vary from one weapon to another, even if they're the exact same one. One of them can have like increased magic damage or whatever, or another one can have more attack speed or something like that. I don't exactly know all the enchantments they have, but I love that. It doesn't just mean that if you get one diamond sword or something like that, you can get the same diamond sword over and over again. It gives you some amount of, I guess, incentive to farm the same item over and over again because one of them might have the right enchantments that you want. One more thing I want to talk about when it comes to design choice is the usage of map selection. A good part of hack and slash games such as the aforementioned Nier are open world. There are quests and whatnot, but for the most part, you're free to explore however you like. Dungeons, on the other hand, keeps things set in levels, just like Castle Crashers or some kind of Super Mario 64. I think it was a good decision that they chose to build the game like that, since open world is what the original Minecraft is meant to be. But it's important to distinguish between the two games, and it adds a lot better focus to the gameplay objectives than if it were just random roaming, because then it would feel like all you're doing is playing Minecraft, but without being able to build or mine anything. There's nothing very original about dungeons, just your garden variety hack and slash game, but it's tied to Minecraft. We don't play Minecraft for galaxy brain strategies and crazy moves, we play it because it's mind-numbing fun, doesn't stress you out all too much, and has a very charming and iconic aesthetic. That and I really want to know exactly how much they can push the whole... Okay, so a little bit of a tangent. I really enjoy the fact that they make the lore look so just dark and edgy about how there's this tiny little rectangle-headed villager guy who finds this cube that I have no idea what to... I actually still have no idea what that cube is supposed to be. And then he tries to take over the entire world. It gives me somewhat of like a Thanos type vibe, but at the same time, it's coming from this 12-year-old looking brat. I don't know. I'll figure out how it goes later when I continue playing. But all in all, I have a good feeling about the game as a whole. Simple but intuitive controls, nice user interface, graphics look awesome, it feels like you're playing regular Minecraft just with shaders and a third-person view. The gameplay is smooth and simple but engaging, definitely want to continue playing it. If you guys are still on the fence about whether you think it's worth buying the game, I think it's well worth it. I've only played the game for about an hour, so maybe it tumbles further into the game, but I really don't think it will, because part of what makes a game good is not just if it gets better in the middle or if it has a good finale. A good game needs to have a beginning, middle, and end of equal quality. I do hope they keep expanding on this because it definitely has a lot of potential. The way I feel about Dungeons, even though I didn't play it for that long, is that it feels kind of like the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon of Minecraft. It's a spin-off, right? That may not be nearly as popular as the original, but that doesn't mean it can't be just as good, if not better. I hope you guys enjoyed listening, and I hope this maybe convinced you guys to give the game a try. It doesn't disappoint. I can't wait to keep playing over the weekend, especially now that I have a lot more time. Gonna see how well I can juggle 3 games, but you know what? Nothing better to do. I'm still stuck in quarantine because I live in New Jersey and that's like one of the more densely packed spots. But anyways, please be sure to leave a like on the video. I would very much appreciate it, and subscribe if you are interested in future content. Once again, let me know in the comment section below if you want me to continue making Minecraft Dungeons. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon in the next video. Take care.